Okay.
No.
Aim of the experiment, theory. Then
madam.
Again.
I have told them that they have to write all the things except the procedure.
Yes.
They have to write apparatus and chemicals.
Okay, then you write all the whatever written in the manual except the procedure. Okay.
Madam, I will tell them when I will show that experiment.
Okay, already
in the previous class I have told them.
Okay. Previous class sir has already informed you. Procedure do not write and other things you write. It is better if you know the apparatus. It is better because sometimes we also ask in the quiz what is the something, maybe reagent or the indicator. Sometimes we are asking in the quiz, so it is better if you write once, then you will remember. Okay. So procedure do not write and other things, everything what is written in the manual accordingly, sequentially you write in the record so that when we are at the time of the experiment, on the day of the experiment, you will just get the data and do the calculation completely. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sometimes also if you are getting any confusion, then you can write in the group. And sir is there also. If anything from my side I am not able to explain or I am not able to tell you, then sir will also tell there. Okay, so he will write there. Okay. Then let's discuss the experiment now. I think my screen is visible to all of you. The PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now you please check.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So today's experiment is hardness of water. Actually, me and my colleagues, some of my colleagues have prepared the PPT for all the experiments. So this is one of that PPT, and this is prepared for the easy understanding. Okay. So first of all, hardness of water. From the first class, I have told you how it is important because what are the experiments are designed here. All the experiments are designed based on our day-to-day use and how we are facing the challenges in your day-to-day life. And also some of the experiments are designed based on your theory part. Okay. So two types of experiments are designed in your syllabus. One is based on your challenges or problems we are facing in our day-to-day life. Another type is based on your theory part, so that your understanding will be better. Okay, your involvement will be more. So hardness of water, already you know from your 11 and 12th understanding. Hardness is the total dissolved amount of minerals, especially the carbonate and sulfate salts of magnesium and calcium. Okay. So the insoluble salts like calcium carbonate, calcium sulfate, magnesium carbonate and magnesium sulfates, when they are present in an excess amount in water, then we are telling that the water is hard. Okay. And these waters are not good for the domestic use as well as the industrial use, because in industry, in the pipes, it will make scales, and also in kitchen, if you use the water, then it will make stains on the kitchenwares. So here some of the problems are listed, like staining on the kitchen, hair problems, hair falling, spots on glassware, then scale formation on the plumbing, on the pipes, and also skin problem. So these are the problems associated with hard water. Although these are not life risk problems, still these are problems. And also when you will wash your clothes, then foam will not form and you will waste your detergent and soaps. So these are the problems. Still these are problems. Okay. But this life risk is not there. Still these are problems. So the basic principle. So why we are using the complexometric titration method to know the hardness of water. As you know that the threshold limit value means some are the acceptable range of calcium and magnesium like in drinking water is there according to the WHO guideline. Okay, so it is, you can say that mineral supplement to the body. Okay, so natural mineral supplement. So when it is above the threshold limit value, then it is a problem. If it is in the acceptable range, then it is not a problem. So how will know that whether it is in the acceptable range or whether it is above the acceptable range, so that it will create some problem. Then we have to determine, because without knowing the value, we cannot say that whether like it is in the acceptable range or not. So to know that, to determine the hardness of water, we'll follow the complexometric titration method. Complexometric titration method means here a complex will be formed with calcium and magnesium which are present in water by the ligand EDTA. EDTA is a strong ligand. It is a hexadentate ligand, and already you know it has 6 binding sites. So it will, when it will combine, when it will make the complex with calcium and magnesium, then it will form a chelate. Chelate means just like the crab will catch the prey, the similar way EDTA will bind with the metal center, and the metal cannot be escaped from its claw. Okay, is it fine up to this?
Ma'am, can you repeat once?
What is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat once the EDTA part?
Yes. So EDTA is a strong ligand. It has 6 binding sites. Why it is strong? Because it has 6 binding sites, and it will form a chelate. Chelate means chelate or chelate. How do you pronounce it? Depends on you. So it is chelate only, and you can also pronounce chelate. So it will form a chelate, so that it will bind to the metal in such a fashion that the metal cannot escape from its claws. Like just like chelate, the term is derived from the Greek word the claws. So like just like the crabs has claws, and it will when it will catch its prey, it is very difficult. The prey cannot escape from the claws of the crabs. Similarly, when the EDTA binds with the metal center, then it will form the chelate or the stainless ring, so that the metal cannot escape from its binding sites. Okay, is it okay? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before using EDTA, we are using in an indicator. 2 types of indicators we will use here. One is Erythrum black tea, and another one is pattern and reader indicator. So first of all, we'll know the total hardness due to the presence of calcium and magnesium by using Erythrum black tea. Okay, Erythrum black tea is an indicator, and it will form the complex with calcium and magnesium. The indicator has binding sites, and it will form complex with calcium and magnesium. Both the ions can be chelated by Erythrum black tea or complexed by Erythrum black tea, and we'll use the buffer solution at pH 10, because at pH 10 the complexation with Erythrum black tea will be enhanced. Okay, so here we can know that and again, the first of all, the calcium and magnesium will form the bond with Erythrum black tea. The coordination compound will be formed. Then when we'll titrate with EDTA, there will be what is that? EDTA will bind with calcium and magnesium by replacing the Erythrum black tea. So there will be competitive binding or competition between the ligands between EDTA and Erythrum black tea. So Erythrum black tea is a weak ligand as compared to EDTA, because it has more binding sites, and that's why it is a strong ligand. So the bond between Erythrum black tea and calcium or magnesium will be weaker as compared to the bond between EDTA, because it has many binding sites, and it will bind very strongly with the metal as compared to erythrum black tea. So there is, they will come fit together, then EDTA will bind faster as compared to erythrum black tea, and erythrum black tea will be replaced so that EDTA can form the bond with calcium and magnesium. Is it like fine up to this? How the indicator is replaced?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here we'll get the total hardness due to the presence of calcium and magnesium. Then only calcium content can be determined by using pattern and reader indicator in the presence of 2 molar sodium hydroxide. So here you just check that the pH is playing a role in determining the calcium and magnesium in water. So both the calcium and magnesium can be determined when we are using the indicator erythrum black tea and the pH is 10. And when we are using 2 molar sodium hydroxide only, we are able to determine the amount of calcium. And here the indicator is again different. That is your pattern and reader indicator. So if we will get calcium and here we will get both, then magnesium can be determined. If X plus Y we are getting by using erythrum black tea, and Y we are using Y we were able to get by using pattern and reader, then X can be determined, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, up to this. Okay, so the similar way the formation, first of all, the indicator will form a complex with the metal, and EDTA will just replace the indicator because EDTA is a stronger ligand and it will compete with pattern and reader, and definitely it will just win by replacing pattern and reader. As I have explained for erythrum black tea, and again you will get the complex with the desired metal, that is your calcium. Okay, so these are the apparatus we are using. Burette, because here we'll take the EDTA solution. Okay, pipette, I think the pipette will be just know the spellings. Okay, so I think most of the time we have seen that some of the students have written wrong spelling for burette, pipette. So just please try to write it correctly. And beaker, conical flask we are using in this experiment, and when sir will demonstrate you exactly, you will know which apparatus is being used. Okay, so this part you will know when you will watch the video, and live demonstration he will give you so that it will be easier to know what we have taken where. So it is, if I'll say you right now, then it will not be interesting, and on at that time only you will know what we have taken in the burette, what is the use of the pipette in this experiment, where we have used the beaker, and what is the use of the conical flask, what we will do with the conical flask. Okay. Okay, so the chemicals required are EDTA, because EDTA is the titrant, and we are using 0.01 molar solution of EDTA, and that is will be taken in the burette. Buffer solution pH 10, because like that has to be added to the water sample, because at pH 10 erythrum black tea will bind with calcium and magnesium. The reaction will be faster at pH 10. Okay, so then 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution is used to know only the amount of calcium present in your water. And erythrum black tea, pattern and reader, both are the indicators. Erythrum black tea, how many binding sites are there? 2. NO2 also can bind. SO3 has 4 binding sites, and the dicho group is present. And here in pattern and reader, there are also some binding sites, but here the pH is playing a role. Okay, and water, definitely will use water, and here intentionally calcium and magnesium will be used. The salts of calcium and magnesium, I think the carbonate salts will be used to prepare the hard water. Synthesized hard water. Monoxide, calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate we are using, isn't it?
Yes, madam. Calcium carbonate and magnesium chloride.
Okay. So two salts, calcium carbonate and magnesium chloride, we are using to prepare the synthetic hard water. Okay, so here all the chemicals, I think all of you know now why you have used and which chemicals used where. Or if you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, could you tell about the pH 10 usage?
pH 10 is used to bind the with both the calcium and magnesium will be bonded with the erythrum black tea indicator. At pH 10, the reaction will be faster. The coordination compound will be formed between erythrum black tea and calcium and magnesium.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so these are the reactions, chemical reaction involved in this experiment. First of all, calcium and magnesium, the ions which are present in water, because they are soluble ions. So these ions will form the bond between the coordination bond with EBT, okay, at pH 10, and we will get both the complexes of calcium and magnesium, and these are unstable complex, and the color of these complexes are red, wine red. Okay, so red and wine red, you know the difference. So then when it will bind with EDTA, it will form a stable complex, because you know there will be competitive binding between EBT and EDTA, and you will get the complexes of calcium and magnesium with EDTA, and the color of the complex, the color of the solution will be blue. So from wine red to blue, when you will get, then you will know that all the EBT is replaced by EDTA. Is it okay?
Yes,
is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So in the next step, when we are using when we are trying to get only calcium, then we are using 2 molar sodium hydroxide and pattern and radar indicator. So what is the role of the hydroxide and pattern and radar indicator? Because at 2 molar, at that particular pH, only calcium will bind with pattern and radar, and magnesium will bind with hydroxide, and it will precipitate, or you will get just magnesium hydroxide complex, and it will not react with pattern and radar. Here also the competitive binding is there, pattern and radar and the hydroxide, so it is easier to form the magnesium hydroxide complexes. So pattern and radar only bind with calcium. Okay, then what will happen? Because once magnesium hydroxide is formed, then EDTA also cannot replace hydroxide from magnesium. It is a very stable complex. So what will happen? The calcium PR, pattern and radar and calcium complex is unstable, and EDTA will bind with calcium and PR will be replaced. So here pink to blue means the unstable pattern and radar complex of calcium, the color is pink, light pink, and when it is replaced by EDTA, the color is blue. Okay, is it okay? How the color changes are happening during the titration? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the procedure part, it is better Sir will explain you, because the live demonstration will be very much interesting, and you will feel that you are in the laboratory and you are doing the experiment. So I think I should not tell you much on the procedure part, because you will lose your interest if I'll tell now. So it is better I'll leave this part. Okay. And the observation table is here. Procedure step by step, Sir will explain you what we are doing, how the color are changing, and what is happening inside the solution, that already I have explained you. Why it is happening and what is happening. Okay, and what are the role of the PS and the EBT, role of EDTA, everything you know now. So the procedure, the step by step, how we will approach the experiment, that will be explained by my colleague. Okay, so now the observation table, and here you will get the readings, and Sir will tell you to write the readings, the initial and final burette reading, and the difference, and he will also tell you what is rough reading and what are the concordant readings. Okay, So similarly, first one is for both the total hardness. Second one is for calcium. Yes.
Ma'am, we'll write the table in the blank side or in the roll side?
Blank side. Oh, sorry, sir, blank side, na? Sir?
I have told them that they have to do two similar type of observation table. One is in blank side, another is in the rolling side. Blank side में demonstration observation table, which I will show them, and in the rolling side, I will share one data. They have to write in the rolling side. Basing on that data, they have to do the calculation.
Is it okay now? Students, is it okay now?
Yes.
So please remember, because the evaluation part will be done by sir. So my role is very limited here. So what he is telling, please write it down during the explanation time. If you ask me, then there will be our opinion may vary, because and he will the sole authority to check your copies and give you marks. My part is our duty is distributed. So from the beginning, I'm telling you. So please write down what he is telling. Okay. Okay. So the calculation part, he will also again explain you the total hardness if it is x minus y and y we are getting from the second experiment. Then you will get the amount of calcium and magnesium individually as well as the total calcium and magnesium present in the water. So I may just ask you one thing. Already I have shared the manual with you beforehand. So I think you have already gone through the manual. And can I ask one thing? Why we have expressing on calcium carbonate equivalent? Why the hardness is expressed on in calcium carbonate equivalent? Any of you can answer? Is it a very difficult question? In the calculation part, already it is written that x minus y ml of the EDTA solution is equivalent to x minus y mg of calcium carbonate hardness. Okay, so how it is just compared with that the amount of EDTA solution consumed is equal to the amount of calcium carbonate present in water. Okay, so can you please explain? Any of you can explain it or not? Why it is expressed in terms of calcium carbonate? Any of you can explain or not? See, what is the molecular weight of calcium carbonate or the equivalent weight? 100. So it will be easier to calculate. And again, what is the plus point? Why we have chosen calcium carbonate? That is one point. Another one. It is an insoluble salt, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is easier to prepare the we are preparing the hardness in calcium carbonate. One thing is very easy to calculate. The molecular weight or equivalent weight of this compound is 100. Another one is it is stable, non-hygroscopic, and it can be obtained in the pure form. So that's why it is used as a standard in hard water solution. Is it okay? Because the accuracy will be more in case of calcium carbonate. Is it fine now? why we are expressing in calcium carbonate in the terms of calcium carbonate? So again,
Yes, ma'am.
again, the types of hardness and how it can be removed, those things please prepare during the quiz test, and the quiz test quiz test will be taken centrally and it will be informed you beforehand. So now you I think my part is over. If you do not have any questions on the theory part or the principle, why we are doing this experiment, those part, then I'll request sir to explain you the procedure and calculation part. Any questions for me? Any queries from you to me?
Ma'am, can you explain once that calcium carbonate part? Why we use calcium?
Yes, it is. Why we are using calcium carbonate? Because the molecular weight is 100. Okay, it is easy to calculate. Okay, and it is stable, non-hygroscopic. Means like in the atmospheric. In the atmosphere, the moisture it is not affected by the moisture, and it is obtained in the pure form. So when we are using in the hard water solution, it is we can get the accuracy. Okay, we can, when we are getting or we are preparing the hard water, it is a synthetic hard water. It is not naturally occurring hard water. It is a synthetic, means laboratory made hard water. So when the weight is correct, when it is not affected by the moisture, then everything, the calculation will be good, na? Are you getting? Suprasad?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we are using. If any more points, then I request to Manoj sir, he will add. Any more points, he will add. Okay? Any more questions to me? Any questions from the theory part? Okay.
No.
So if there are no more questions, yes, Aryan?
No questions.
Okay. So now I request to Manoj sir to continue the procedure and calculation part.
Okay, thank you, madam. So again, very good morning to all of you. We are going to do experiment number 1. Is it right? So,
Yes, sir.
in the last class, we have discussed everything regarding the writing of the record. So, I think there should not be any confusion. So, whether there is any confusion till now regarding writing of the experiment, regarding writing of observation table?
Sir, actually, I have made both the observation table on the blank side. So
Yes,
can
sir.
I cut it with pencil and?
Okay, you listen. If you have remembered, in the very last class, I have told that you have to write the record, and I'll share one thing so that you will be able to understand.
Manage the pencil and the pencil here. You know, this
Is my screen you can see whether you
Yes,
can
sir.
see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see. This is your experiment. It is given to you or not? This material is given to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So in the record, you see what we are doing in the offline classes. In the offline classes, we are generally giving a manual. Manual means a book, practical book. And this is the book. We are giving you the first experiment in the very first class. This is a book, practical book. In the offline class, what is being done, this is the material the students are being given. After that one, there is a worksheet. In that manual, after each experiment, there is a worksheet. So students have to read all these things And after reading, they will be explained how to carry out the experiment. And when they are doing the experiment in the laboratory, they have to fill the roll number, branch, date, and they have to write the aim of the experiment. Then this is the observation table they have to fill in the laboratory class while they are doing the experiment. And after doing the observation table, after filling the observation table, they have to write the conclusion, a calculation. They have to write the calculation, and after writing the calculation, they have to end their experiment by writing the conclusion. This part they are doing in the laboratory classes. But as you are doing the online class, so see, we are not giving you any manual in the form of book, only the soft copy is being given. So what you have to do, you have to write the experiment in the record. After some classes, if there is a chance that offline class will be there, at that time you have no material with you. But at the end of the semester, there will be a practical exam. You have to submit the record. In the offline classes, what is being done? They have to submit their manual book. But you have no manual book with you. So you have to submit the record. And when you are going to write your record, you see, it is already there. Experiment number, date, you have to write in the left corner. On the right corner, you have to write your roll number. Here you have to write the roll number in your record. At the heading or this is the title of the experiment, hardness of water, you will write at the top. Then aim of the experiment. What is written here? You will write in detail. Then apparatus required, chemicals required, principle, then chemical reaction. After that one, a chemical reaction के बाद ये होगा, क्या होगा? Observation table. This observation. All these things should be written in the rolling side. Similar type of this observation table, you should draw once again in the blank side of your record. That means on the left side. Why you are doing two sets of observation table? Because you see, while I am going to show the experiment, while I am showing the experiment, simultaneously you will see what is the initial Burette reading of each observation, what is the final Burette reading of each observation. And accordingly, you have to fill the observation table which you have drawn on the left side. That means blank side of your record. That is the demonstration observation table, what you have seen in the class. And this will be same for all the students in your section. And I have told you another same type of observation table. After writing the chemical equation, you have to draw another set of observation table in the rolling side. In that observation table, you have to fill the data which I will share after the demonstration of the experiment. After showing you the experiment, a set of data I will give you, and I will give two different set of data. For first 40 to 45 roll number, one set of data will be given, they have to fill. For the rest 40 to 45 student, I will give another set of data. They have to fill their observation. So which data will be given to which roll number, you have to fill that one. It is not like that all of you have to fill the same observation table. After filling that observation table, you have to do the calculation. Your calculation will be based on the data which I will share at the end of the experiment, not on the demonstration observation table. And after filling the observation table in the rolling side, you have to do the calculation, then you have to write the conclusion. And after writing the conclusion, you will write your name. After completing all these things, you will take the photograph, make it a PDF, then submit in the or upload in the given link, which will be given in your classroom. Practical classroom में जो link दिया जाएगा, वही पे upload करना है by 2 o'clock. So as you are telling that we have not bought the record or whatever maybe, today you are getting the time up to 6 o'clock, but from the next class onwards, you have to upload it by 2 o'clock. Is there any confusion? Now you tell.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Sir, we don't have to write the procedure.
No. Why you write the procedure? You will see how to carry out this. Procedure is not.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the ruling side, we have to write both the observation table and table 1 and observation table 2.
Yes, definitely. For this experiment, there are two observations.
So then again we'll write the observation table 1 and 2 in the blank side.
Yes, definitely. I will show you another thing. You will see. मैं एक सेक्शन का नोट दिखा दूंगा. Can you see this one? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see how they are writing.
Yes, sir.
You see left side, your right side में they are writing. Then next you can see aim of the experiment, chemicals required, apparatus required, principle, calculation, chemical equation. ये blank side में demonstration observation table. Then the ruling side में which I have given the data. Then calculation, and then conclusion, name and all. Are you getting?
सर वो थोड़ा डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन वाला पार्ट दिखा
Yes,
सकते हैं फिर से?
Yes, yes.
सर वो जो डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन वाला पार्ट थोड़ा फिर से दिखा सकते हैं?
Okay, I will go to that one again.
Sir, and we'll make the table from pencil, right?
You see, while you are going to draw the observation table, the lining of the observation table should be drawn with pencil. But while you are filling the data in the observation table, you have to write in pen. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I am again showing that one. क्या बोला? ये है demonstration. Blank set में लिखा हुआ. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, is there any confusion regarding writing?
No, sir.
No, sir.
There is no confusion.
Sir, is there any specific ink in which we have to write?
No. Either blue or black. You should not use red. Okay. So we'll start the experiment.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you see? We are going to use all these chemicals. Hard water, which is colorless, EDTA solution, buffer solution, 2 molar sodium hydroxide, Erichrome black tea indicator, pattern reader indicator, distilled water, and this one is the measuring cylinder. All these things we are going to use in this experiment. So we are going to estimate the total hardness in the given water sample due to presence of both calcium and magnesium. We are going to estimate the total hardness, both temporary and permanent hardness we are also going to measure. So you can see what is the glassware. We are going to use a burette, which is of 50 ml capacity. We are going to use a pipette, which is of 10 ml capacity. This is the conical flask. You can see the beakers. You can see the reagent bottles. These are the dropping bottle where indicator is being kept. Measuring cylinder, wash bottle. Okay, all these things are here. And you can see the chemicals, hard water, EDTA solution. Here, which one is the primary standard? Can you tell me? Which one is the standard solution? Hard water is the standard solution or EDTA solution is the standard solution? Which one? Anybody can say? Which one is the standard solution for this experiment? If anybody is going to ask, which one is the standard solution?
Sir, hard water sample.
Hot water.
What is standard solution? Do you remember? I have told in the previous class what is standard solution. Do you remember? I have told everything in the
कंसंट्रेशन में पता हो.
Yes, yes.
जिसका कंसंट्रेशन में पता हो, जिसके बारे में पता हो.
Very good, very good. Whose concentration is known to you? If hard water will be the standard solution, that means its concentration is given to us. Then
Yes,
what
sir.
we are going to do? We are
Yes, sir.
going to estimate the calcium and magnesium in hard water. So hard water is not the standard solution. Here EDTA solution is the standard solution. Its concentration is given 0.01 molarity. By using EDTA solution, you are going to determine or you are going to estimate the calcium and magnesium content present in the given water. That means how much of hardness is present in the hard water due to calcium, due to magnesium, and due to presence of both. All these things you are going to get. And you can see both hard water and EDTA solution are colorless. If it is not being written, hard water and EDTA solution, you cannot identify which one is EDTA, which one is hard water. By just observing the solution, you cannot identify. And also you can see buffer solution we are using. It is a basic buffer. And buffer solution of pH 10, we are using a buffer solution whose pH value is 10. And this basic buffer solution is prepared by adding ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. And again, we are using 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution. And I have told you how to prepare different solution. So can you tell me, I have to prepare 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution, 1 liter. How much sodium hydroxide I have to take? Can anybody say? I have to prepare 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution, 1 liter. How much sodium hydroxide I have to take? Sodium hydroxide is available in solid form. How much sodium hydroxide I have to take? So that I can prepare 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution. Anybody can say?
Sir, 80 gram.
Yes, very good. Molecular weight of sodium hydroxide is 40.
40.
So if you take 40 gram, 1 liter, by adding water 1 liter, it will make 1 molar. We are going to prepare 2 molar. So we have to take 80 gram. 80 gram of sodium hydroxide. By adding water, make up the volume to 1 liter. So when the solution will be 1 liter, the molarity of the solution will be approximately 2 molar. Okay. So we are also using 2 molar sodium hydroxide solution. Erythrome black tea indicator, pattern and reader indicator. These 2 indicators are being called as metal ion indicator because these indicators can be used to measure, to estimate the metal ions, and they have the affinity to form complex with the metal ions. You cannot use this indicator for neutralization titration. You cannot use these indicators for redox titration. This can be used only in the estimation of metal ions. And you can also see we are going to use the distilled water. So before starting of the experiment, I have to wash the burette, the pipette and conical flask thoroughly with distilled water. Because I have no idea whether this burette or pipette or conical flask is being used for any other experiment or any other chemical. So before that one, I have to wash the conical flask, burette and pipette with the distilled water. And after washing the burette with the distilled water, it is not completely dry. Water particles are there. So I am going to fill the burette with the EDTA solution. So if I fill the burette directly EDTA solution and start the experiment, the concentration of EDTA solution will be changed. It will be diluted. So that is why what I am doing, I am rinsing the burette. I am taking a few ml of EDTA solution, rinsing the burette. That means rotating the burette in a parallel manner, so that the inner parts of the burette will come across with EDTA solution. And then I have to throw out that solution. don't put that solution again in the same beaker. You have to throw out that solution. You have to discard that solution, which is used for rinsing the burette. Okay, I have thrown out that solution. Now again you fill the burette with the DT solution. Okay, I am going to fill the burette with the DT solution. And after filling the burette with the EDTA solution, there may be a gap. There may be a gap at the nozzle part of the burette. So I have to remove that air gap by opening the knob, so that you can see how the air gap is removed. So once the air gap is removed, the solution is continuous in the burette from the tip of the burette to the top of the burette. There is no gap. Now you have to fix the burette in the burette stack and keep it fixed in such a manner that the regulating knob should be at your right side and the reading should be at your front side, so that you can easily observe the reading. Similarly, I have to wash the pipette. I have to wash the pipette with the distilled water. And after washing the pipette with the distilled water, I have to rinse the pipette with the water sample or hard water, because I have to take hard water with the help of pipette. So take a few ml of hard water or the water sample which is being provided to you. Take a few ml, then rinse the pipette in the same manner. Keep it in a parallel manner, rotate it, then throw out that solution, discard that solution. Are you getting all these things, or is there any confusion till now? I will go step by step. Is there any confusion or any doubt up to this step?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. And you remember that we have done the rinsing of the burette with the EDTA solution, because we have to fill the burette with the EDTA. We have to rinse the pipette with the hard water or the water sample, because we have to take the hard water with the help of pipette. But we should not rinse the conical flask. Conical flask should be washed with the distilled water after each observation thoroughly. So conical flask already washed. So now I am going to pipette out 10 ml of water sample. And again you see, you have a confusion why you are going to observation table for this experiment. If you have to measure or estimate the total hardness in the given water sample due to both calcium and magnesium, you do not have to do observation table 2. Observation table 1 is sufficient to measure the total hardness. But if you want to determine what is the hardness contributed by calcium and what is the hardness contributed by magnesium separately, then you have to do both the observation table. Separately, how much they contributed to the hardness, then you have to do both the observation table. And we are going to determine how much of hardness is contributed by calcium and how much of hardness is contributed by magnesium separately. That is why we are doing 2 observation tables. So the first observation table which we are going to do is to estimate the total hardness due to presence of both calcium and magnesium. ये दोनों मिला के कितना hardness हो रहा है, we are going to measure by doing observation table 1. So now you see, when we are going to do this experiment, you have to fill the observation table simultaneously, which you have drawn on the blank side of your report. This is your demonstration observation table. So I am we are going to take the first observation. First observation is always called as the rough observation. So I am taking 10 ml of water sample. So in the first observation, number of observation is 1. Volume of water sample is 10. You should not write 10.0. I have told why you should not write 10.0. Because pipette is not a graduated tip. It has a fixed volume. So you take 10 ml of hard water and transfer that one to your conical flask. While transferring that solution to your conical flask, never blow out the pipette. You should not blow out the pipette. Release the solution freely. After that one, you toss the tip of the pipette to the base of the conical flask 2 to 3 times. Whatever solution left at the tip of the pipette, never blow it out. It is the excess volume. So after taking 10 ml of water sample, so volume of water sample is 10. To that one, you add approximately 3 to 4 ml of buffer solution pH 10. So we are adding approximately, we are not adding exactly 3 ml or exactly 4 ml. It is not necessary. So we are adding the buffer solution so that the medium of the solution which you have taken in the conical flask will be alkaline. Its pH will be 10. So that when you will add the indicator, it will form metal indicator complex. So you add 3 to 4 drops of Erichrome black tea indicator. So we have added 3 drops of Erichrome black tea indicator. After addition, you can mark the color is wine red color. Now I have to take the first observation. And the first observation is the rough observation. And I have told you how to take the rough observation. Do you remember? Do you remember how to take the rough observation? When I am going to take the first observation, I have no idea how much EDTA solution will be consumed. So that is why I am going to take the observation by adding 0.5 ml. You see how I am taking. So initial burette reading before starting of the first observation, you see. Initial burette reading is 0. The lower meniscus which I have taken is 0. So initial burette reading for the first observation is 0. Now what you have to do? You have to add exactly 0.5. 0.5 you can see my cursor exactly up to this one. So you add without any hesitation 0.5 ml. Then stop the addition. Mix the solution in the conical flask. Check whether there is any color change or not. If there is no change, you will add another 0.5. And you have to continue till there is a change in the color of the solution. So see, we are adding exactly 0.5. Stop the addition. Mix the solution in the conical flask and check. No change, add another 0.5. Go up to 1. If there is no change, then add up to 1.5. In that manner, you have to proceed. So now it is 2. Still there is no change in the color of the solution. Go up to 2.5. No change. Then now it is 3. No change. 3.5. No change. So we have gone up to 5 till there is no change in color of the solution. Then 6. No change. 6.5. No change. 7. No change. 7.5. No change. 8. No change. 8.5. No change. 9. No change. 9.5. No change. 10. No change. 10.5. No change. 11. You cannot see this is change because it is in between colors. Some ions has been converted to calcium, magnesium, EDTA complex, but some ion still is in the form of indicator complex. So you add another color. Now you can mark. The color is changed completely to blue. This is your final Buret reading. So your final Buret reading for the first observation is 11.5. So can you tell me what is the difference?
11.5.
11.5.
Difference is
11.5.
11.5.
So you write 11.5 in the difference column. In the remark column, you write rough, or you can write rough reading. This is your rough reading. Now we have to throw out the solution in the conical flask, wash the conical flask with the distilled water. And now we are going to take the second observation. So can you tell me, after taking the first observation or the rough observation, what is the conclusion you have drawn? What conclusion you draw? Can anybody tell me what is the conclusion? You have taken first observation. What you find from the first observation? While you are doing the first observation, you have seen that when you have added 11 ml of EDTA solution from the burette, no change in the color. When you have added 11.5, the color is changed. So it is very much clear from the very first observation that when you are going to take the second, third and fourth observation, by using the same hard water and same volume 10 ml, if you are doing the titration with the same EDTA, the consumption of EDTA from the burette will be more than 11. It cannot be 11 ml. It must be more than 11 ml. But it should be less than 11.5 or it may be equal to 11.5. It cannot be more than 11.5. This is the conclusion you have drawn from the first observation or rough observation. When you are going to take second, third and fourth observation, you will not add again 0.5. You will not waste your time. You will directly add 11 ml because you know that 11 ml, if you are adding, there will be no change in the color. So you are directly 11 ml. Then you check by adding a single drop from the burette. Color change hua kya? If there is no change, you add another drop. Then check. So between 11 to 11.5, you check by drop by drop. At which drop the color will be changed. Stop the addition there. That is the transition point. At which point the color is changed. That is your exact end. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now
Yes, sir.
you see how I am going for the second observation. And while I am doing the second observation, I am going to take again same 10 ml of hard water. So observation number 2, volume of water sample is 10 and initial burette reading is 11.5, because what is the final burette reading of the previous one? That will be the initial burette reading of the next one. So initial burette reading for the second observation is 11.5 and volume of water sample is 10. We are going to take same 10 ml of water sample from the same beaker. You can see initial burette reading is 11.5. So it is already pipetted out. 10 ml of hard water is already being taken in the conical flask. I am not wasting the time doing the pipetting again. So to that one, buffer solution is being added 3 to 4 ml. Again to that one, you have to add Erichrome black tea indicator 3 to 4 drops. Color will be wine red. So as I have told you, you do not have to add 0.5 again. You will add directly 11 ml. So we are starting the burette reading from 11.5, go on adding directly 11 ml. That means you have to go directly up to 22.5. So we are adding, continue, go up to 22.5. Okay, stop the addition completely. Now see, is there any color change? No change, it is in between color. Now go on adding a single drop and mix it clearly. And now you can observe the color is changed to blue. And now you check what is the final burette reading. You can mark. We are taking the initial burette reading by checking the lower meniscus. So check the lower meniscus again. It is 22.6. So final burette reading for the first observation is, second observation is 22.6. And what is the difference?
11.1.
11.1.
Difference is 11.1. So don't write anything in the remark column. Only in the difference column write 11.1. Now in the same manner we will go for the third observation. So we have taken. After that one, we have thrown out that solution was the conical flask, and again we have taken 10 ml of water sample from the same sample, same beaker. To that one, we are adding buffer solution 3 to 4 ml. Again to that one, add Erichrome black tea indicator. So we have to directly add 11 ml because we know that if we are going to add 11 ml, there will be no change in the color of the solution. So go directly up to 22.6 plus 11, that is 33.6. So now the reading is 33.6. Till the color is not changed, go on adding drop by drop. Now you can mark the color is changed completely to blue and check the burette reading. The lower meniscus, if you check it very clearly, it is 33.7. So final burette reading of the third observation is 33.7. So what is the difference?
11.1.
11.1. So already we have seen in two observations the difference is being repeated. So we'll do another one. So again, by washing the conical flask with the distilled water, we have taken again 10 ml of water sample. Every time you have to pipette and take out 10 ml of water sample. That one, same process. After adding buffer, add the indicator 3 to 4 drops. So for the fourth observation, volume of water sample is again 10. Initial burette reading is 33.7. So go on adding directly 11 ml, go up to 44.7. So still it is not two, the single drop. So now you can see that the color is changed to blue. So check out what is the final burette reading. The final burette reading is 44.8. So fourth observation, final burette reading is 44.8. So what is the difference again? 11.1. So you have observed that in the very last three observations, the difference is repeated. So make a bracket and write in the middle, in the remark column, concordant. Second से fourth observation का difference को bracket कर दो. And in the remark column, you write concordant. C-O-N-C-O-R-D-A-N-T. Don't write concurrent. It is concordant. Three consecutive same difference. So concordant बोला. So from this one, you can see that after doing this one, observation table 1, it is concluded that we require exactly 11.1 ml of EDTA solution to form complex with the calcium and magnesium ion present in the supplied water sample. Okay, now we will go for the observation table 2, which is the estimation of calcium. How much of hardness is contributed by only calcium. So can you tell me, ये जो observation table होगा, whether in this observation table the difference will be more than 11.1 or it will be less than 11.1 or it will be equal to 11.1. ये जो table में difference कितना आएगा? Less होगा या more होगा?
Less.
It will be definitely
Less.
Less. Because while you are doing the observation table 1, वो जो 11.1 आया था difference in the concordant, that is due to presence of both calcium and magnesium. Here we are going to estimate only the calcium hardness. So definitely it will be less than 11.1. So see how we are doing this one. So again you fill the burette with the EDTA solution and we have adjusted the volume to 0, initial burette reading of the second observation table, for the first observation is 0. So we have pipetted out 10 ml of water sample from the hard water. Here you see the difference. Here we are adding sodium hydroxide. 2 molar sodium hydroxide, 3 to 4 ml. We are not adding buffer solution. Why we are adding sodium hydroxide solution? Because sodium hydroxide solution has a pH of more than 12. So when we are adding sodium hydroxide, magnesium from the water sample will get precipitated out. So only the calcium ion will remain as the free ion. And when you are adding the indicator, here the indicator is also different, pattern and reader. So when you are adding indicator, it will form complex only with calcium. There is no magnesium here. So a calcium pattern reader complex is produced. Now you do the addition of EDTA solution from the burette, and you are going to take the rough observation. So do the addition in the same manner, 0.5, 0.5 to know the range. So see, we are adding 0.5. No change. Then another 0.5. No change. No change. 1.5. Then 2. Still there is no change. 2.5. No change. 3. No change. 'No change. Go to 4. No change. No change. 5. Still there is no change. 5.5. Now you can observe the color is changed. So 5.5 is the final burette reading. So note down the final burette reading is 5.5 and the difference is 5.5. We have started from 0. So difference is 5.5. In the remark column, you write rough. Now we are going to take the second observation. So while we are doing the second observation, it is concluded that we will require more than 5 ml of EDTA solution, but less or equal to 5.5. So while we are going for the second observation of the second table, we will again take out 10 ml of water sample, do the addition of sodium hydroxide and pattern reader. Then we will add directly 5 ml of EDTA solution from the burette. If there is no change in the color, do the addition of EDTA drop by drop till the color is changed. So we are adding 6 to 7 drops of indicator for this observation table. For the second observation, initial burette reading is 5.5. So we are going to add directly 5 ml. That means we will go directly up to 10.5. No change. Now go on adding drop by drop EDTA solution from the burette No change. No change. No change. No change. No change. No change. You can mark the color is changed. So note down what is the final algorithm reading. Final algorithm reading is 11.0. So here the final algorithm reading of the second observation is 11.0. So what is the difference?
5.5.
5.5.
You are getting 5.5, which is same to your offering. I have told you it may be same or it may be less. It cannot be more than your offering. So now we are going to take the third observation. So same process, 10 ml of water sample, to that one you are adding sodium hydroxide solution. Then pattern reader. And remember that it is not specified whether you are going to add 6 drops or 7 drops or 8 drops. You go on adding till you are able to identify the color. Suppose it is being told to you have got 6 drops. 6 drops my color is not clearly visible. So you may add another 2 to 3 drops. So depending on the concentration of the indicator you have to add. And the indicator is not going to affect your difference. So for the second observation, we are starting from 11. 11 means you will write 11.0. Don't write 11. 11.0 because you are writing the burette. So you have to add directly up to 16. 5 ml directly 16. Then check it by adding drop by drop. So you can mark the color is changed. And the difference is 16.5. The final burette reading is 16.5. And the difference is again 5.5. So now you take the last observation or the fourth observation. For the fourth observation, the volume of water sample is again 10. Initial burette reading is 16.5. So add the sodium hydroxide solution. Now for the fourth observation, the initial burette reading is 16.5. So go on adding directly 5 ml, that means go up to 21.5. Up it there. Now see whether there is any change in color or not. No change. Add drop by drop UDT solution from the burette. No change. No change. Still no change. Now you can mark the color is changed and note down the final algorithm. The final algorithm is 22.0. The final algorithm is 22.0 and the difference is 5.5. So in the last three observation, in the difference column, make a bracket, write down concordant in the remark column. So you have seen that we require exactly 5.5 ml of EDTA solution to form complex with the magnesium ion. Sorry, calcium ion. So can you tell me how much of EDTA solution I require to form complex with the magnesium? I'll stop here. Can you tell me? How much?
So 5.6.
Yes. 5.6. Yes.
6.
Because for both calcium and magnesium, we require 11.1. And for calcium, we require 5.5. So you subtract 11.1 minus 5.5. It is 5.6. So we require 5.6 ml of EDTA solution to form complex with the magnesium ion only. So you do not require another observation table to find out what is the EDTA solution required for magnesium. So after doing this one, we will go for the calculation. I am sharing the manual again so that you will be able to understand the calculation. Sorry.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, the last three difference came to be 5.5 and the first difference also 5.5.
Yes, your raw reading may be same to your concordant. There is no problem. And you see. Yes, is there any question again?
No, sir. No.
So in the calculation, you see how to write the calculation. In the calculation, you see usually by x. X means what is the difference you are getting in the first observation table. This is x. That means the concordant table. Don't write the calculation now, I will tell you later. So, you have seen the demonstration observation table. In that demonstration observation table, the value of x is 11.1. The value of y is 5.5, the concordant value, not the raw value. Okay. And when you are going to do the calculation, how to do? So as you see, when we are going to estimate the hardness, we always estimate hardness in equivalent terms of calcium carbonate. Why we are measuring in terms of calcium carbonate? You see, whenever, as you know, the hardness is due to presence of different compounds. It may be due to presence of calcium carbonate, sorry, calcium bicarbonate. It may be due to presence of magnesium bicarbonate. It may be due to presence of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. So due to presence of these compounds, the hardness is there. And all these compounds have different molecular weight, different equivalent weight. But when we are going to express the hardness, we are considering the hardness due to all these compounds. So we cannot express in calcium chloride form, or we cannot express in calcium sulfate form. We have to express in a common unit, because you see, when we are going to do the addition, suppose we have to do the addition of $5 with 100 rupees. You have to add $5 plus 100 rupees. Can you add? You have to make it into a common unit. You have to either change the dollar to rupee or change the rupee to dollar. Then you can add. When the unit is in the same form, then only you can do the addition. So as the hardness is due to presence of different compounds, we express the hardness in calcium carbonate equivalent term. So you may ask why you are not choosing calcium chloride, why you are not choosing calcium sulfate, why you are not choosing magnesium bicarbonate or calcium bicarbonate or magnesium sulfate or calcium. Why you are not choosing? We are choosing calcium carbonate because the molecular weight of calcium carbonate is 100. And it can be easily precipitated out from the solution. And as you know, if you take the calcium carbonate to express the hardness, it will be easier. How? You see. If anybody will ask me now, what is the total hardness in the given water sample, which I have shown to you? What is the difference I am getting? 11.1. The concordant value for both calcium and magnesium is 11.1. So if anybody asks me what is the total hardness, I will simply multiply 11.1 into 100. That is 1110 milligram per liter or ppm. ppm means parts per million. So the calculation is very easy. Once you get the difference value, concordant value, you just multiply with 100. And you know, multiplication with 100 is very easy. So that is why hardness is expressed in calcium carbonate equivalent. So don't be confused, because many times the students are being confused. Sir, we are measuring magnesium, but it is written calcium carbonate. It's not like that. Magnesium, whatever magnesium is there, that is equivalent to how much of calcium carbonate is written. So that we can do the addition. Hardness due to magnesium, hardness due to calcium. Again, we can do the addition. As we are expressing in a common unit calcium carbonate equivalent form. So see, I am reading so that if you have any doubt, you will tell me. जिस तरह का लिखा हुआ, you have to write 1 ml of 0.01 m EDTA solution is equivalent. It is not equal. Equal लिख दो तो गलत हो जाएगा. 3 parallel lines is equivalent to 1 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. Can you tell me why it is 1 milligram? Why it is not 2 milligram? Because 1 ml of 0.01 m EDTA solution is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.01 m calcium carbonate solution. And you can prepare 1 ml of 0.01 m calcium carbonate solution by taking 1 milligram of calcium carbonate. If you take 1 milligram of calcium carbonate, by adding water, make the volume to 1 ml, the molarity will be 0.01 m. That is why it is written 1 milligram. Is equivalent to 1 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. Then X minus Y, we are getting for magnesium. Magnesium means X. For I am giving you a sample calculation. In your demonstration table, X is 11.1, Y is 5.5. So 11.1 minus 5.5. You will not write X and Y. Once you get the data, you will put the data. So that is equivalent to X minus Y milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent. And this X minus Y milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness is present in how much of water sample? This X minus Y ml of EDTA is consumed for how much of water sample? 10 ml. Because we have done the titration by taking 10 ml of hard water. 10 ml hard water के लिए X minus Y ml of EDTA is being consumed. So that means 10 ml of water sample contains X minus Y milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. So 1 liter में कितना होगा? 1000 ml में X minus Y into 100 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. Or you will not write x minus y into 100. ये जो value multiply करके लिखोगे कितना. Similarly, for calcium, 1 ml of 0.01 mdta is equivalent to 1 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. Y ml के लिए कितना होगा? 10 ml of water sample contains that much. In 1000 ml कितना होगा? And at the end, total hardness, what is the hardness due to magnesium? कितना मिला? You will not write milligram. Hardness का unit है milligram per liter. You will not write hardness due to magnesium is this much milligram. Hardness due to calcium is this much milligram. This milligram hardness is present in 1 liter. Hardness का unit है milligram per liter or ppm. So don't do that mistake. So you will write what is the hardness due to magnesium plus due to hardness due to calcium. दोनों add करके लिख दोगे कितना हो. At the end you will write the conclusion.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, can you go a little above where the equivalent is given?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Sir, here it is given hardness due to magnesium. The equation is given 1 ml is equal to something. Sir, is this a standard equation or we can derive it?
No.
That is 1 ml of Z. Yes, sir.
You see. ये actually देखो और एक line previous हो गया था. देखो 1 ml of 0.01 n EDTA solution is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.01 n calcium carbonate solution. This is the first line होना चाहिए, right?
Yes, sir.
Because equivalent, if you say why we are doing the titration, 1 ml of 1 n HCl is equivalent to 1 ml of 1 n sodium hydroxide solution. You know it or not?
Sir.
Equivalent amount will react with the equivalent amount of acid will react with the equivalent amount of base. So here what happens, 1 ml of 0.01 n EDTA solution is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.01 molar calcium carbonate solution. And 1 ml of 0.01 m calcium carbonate solution you can prepare by taking 1 milligram of calcium carbonate.
Yes, sir.
So that is why it is written.
Yes, sir. Wait, that is what I'm asking, that it is experimentally determined. Yes,
No. Yes. Experimental 1 milligram.
Okay.
Because you can prepare the solution in that.
Okay.
Is there any other confusion?
No, sir.
Sir, at the end, total hardness, do we have to write the unit as milligram per liter?
Yeah, you see, with here, one thing you see. Sorry. Here it is not milligram per liter because you see, it 1000 ml के लिए ना लिखा हुआ है already. But when you are writing it here, you write milligram per liter. जो आएगा मिलीग्राम पर लीटर, वो जितना मिलीग्राम आया वो कितना लीटर कितना ml में वो सॉल्यूशन कैल्शियम था. That means unit is milligram per liter. Okay, ये जितना मिलीग्राम कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट इक्विवेलेंट हार्डनेस है, it is present in 1000 ml of water. So unit of hardness is milligram per liter or ppm. ppm means parts per million. So
okay, sir.
At the conclusion, you will write the hardness due to calcium is this much. This much means this milligram you will not write milligram per liter. Magnesium this much milligram per liter. Total hardness this much milligram per liter. And after that one, you will write your full name. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I am going to share the observation table.
Sir, what will be X? 11.5 or 11.1?
11.5 is the raw feeding. It is not the exact volume. Concordant is the exact observation. So you are not going to do the calculation by using the data from the raw observation, demonstration observation table. I am now going to share the observation table. which you will write on your rolling side. And on that data, you have to do the calculation. Okay. So see. Can you see the observation table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is clearly written. ये जो ग्रीन कलर में जो ऑब्जर्वेशन टेबल लिखा हुआ है, ये कौन सा रोल नंबर के लिए? 766 से 808. They have to fill their observation table with this data. And 809 से 850, they have to fill the observation table with this data. Red color में जो लिखा हुआ. Are you getting? Or is there any confusion?
Sir.
And basing on this table, you have to do the calculation, not basing on your demonstration observation. You have to do the calculation by taking the data from this observation table. Roll number 766 say 808, their x value is 10.3, y value is 5.9. 809 say 850, their x value is 10.9, y value is 6.3. Are you getting? If there is any confusion, you can tell me now. And once you have written the observation table, you will tell me so that I will stop the sharing. I will give you 5 minutes.
Can we take screenshot? Can we take screenshots?
You may take. I will give you 5 minutes to write the observation table.
So when will we submit our practical work?
If you are using the record, if you have the record now with you, you can submit it by 2 o'clock.
Sir?
If you have no record with you, you can submit the lab test by 6 p.m.
Sir, I have already written the observation table, sir.
Yes, you may do the calculation, take the photograph, make the picture.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Rule side.
Sir, already written the observation table, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have already written the observation table.
कहाँ से लिखा? मैं तो डाटा नहीं दिया था. Where you have written? I am not giving the data. I have given the data now.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, do we need to write this data on the ruled side?
Yes, this data should be written on the rolling side.
And the demonstration one will be written on the blank side?
Yes, yes.
Both the tables?
Yes.
Right? Okay, sir.
Demonstration observation table already I have shown you. You have written? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Already you have written that one while I am showing that experiment. ये जो है ये experiment observation.
Sir?
Yes.
So is the presentation over? Because we have to go and buy the practical copy and then write it. Is it over? Then we can leave, or
Yes,
is there something more?
No, have you written the observation table?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I will
yes, sir.
stop the sharing.
And sir, what about the attendance? If I leave, how can I give my attendance?
It is already being noted down. But from the next class onwards, you remember those who will submit by 2 p.m. their attendance will be taken.
Yeah, yes, yes, I got it. For now, it is till 6 o'clock. No?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, can I leave?
Yes, you may leave.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I'll stop the sharing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I am on the line. If you can write now. If you are facing any problem, you can type.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Can you please give the demonstration table data?
No, it cannot be given again.
Okay, sir.
While the experiment is being shown, at that time you have to write. After that one, that data will not be given.
Okay, sir.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, after writing it, where will I send it?
You have to submit in the link which is given in the classroom. In the classroom, a particular link is there. You have to upload the PDF file in that link only. And if you are facing any problem in uploading, you will ask to Rojimara.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I have written the observation, both the observation table. Now I will write calculation.
Yes, right.
And sir, I am writing in my practical copy. So can
Yes.
I send before 2?
Yes, you can send. No problem.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So it is my suggestion that all of you should write within 2, so that you will not waste your time for doing all these practical things, so that you will devote your time for reading. So 3 hours is sufficient to do all these things, because in the offline classes you have to do all the thing within the practical hours. You do not have to do anything at your hostel. Everything should be done in the laboratory itself, and your copy will be evaluated on the same day in the laboratory, not on the other day. So it will be better for you, so that you will not waste your time afterwards.
क्लास टा एटी एंड करिबा ना पिल्ला ताकर लेखि के देबे तो सबमिट करियो मो लिंक टा पठे देबे तम ग्रुप रे
हां एंड कल चलिबो
नहीं मो आमे टिके माने जदि कहिबे मो लिंक टा ताको ग्रुप रे हमरो तो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप अछि तो मो लिंक टा शेयर कर देबे से छोटा जाय तो देबे आज दिनटा तमे रिलैक्स करूचे ताको
हां
students if you have anything, any queries, then you can ask to both of us, otherwise we will end this meeting here. And those who do not have the record, they can go and buy that one and try to complete it by 6 p.m. And now I'll share the link in your classroom as well as in the WhatsApp group. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, what do we have to write in conclusion or no?
Yes, you have to write the conclusion.
Ma'am, at last we have to write our name and roll number.
Yes,
you will write.
Ma'am, there are questions for discussion. Do we have to write that?
No.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Just wait for some time. I'm sharing the link to submit the your experiment. Just a minute.
Can I leave this meeting, ma'am?
Just wait for some time. In the
Okay.
B5 WhatsApp group, I have already sent that one. Just check it, the link, and again I'll send in this classroom. Link for submission. You can check your classroom also. I have posted the link to submit your experiment number 1. So please submit by 6 p.m. today. Please check. Once you will confirm me, then I'll end this meeting.
Yes, ma'am. I got the link.
You got the link. So everybody got the link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Let's end this meeting here. Sir, आमे end कर दूँगा?
हाँ कर
So let us end here, and if you, in the meantime, if you have any queries, you can write in the group. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.